everybody. Thank you for joining me again. My name is Carlos. Today we're going to be reviewing a back and abdominal session. Today, in light of the cut and the diet that we're doing, we're incorporating a much higher frequency and volume of sets and reps and exercises to the abdominals. Like I said in another video, abs are not made in the kitchen, they are revealed in the kitchen. You still have to work them intensely. They are a very important major muscle group, especially if you're into bodybuilding and displaying and showing your body. You really want to make sure that your abdominals are showcased and they're show ready. So it's not just enough to be lean. They have to be defined. They have to be separated. Mine aren't there yet. That's why I'm working so hard on them. And they have to be, trained with greater frequency. So today was one of those days. We did 3 different exercises for the abdominals and maintained the reps at around 20 reps, doing on the steep incline for the leg raises, and a selection of machines. So that got, just like the middle, it was just burning for a while. And then I try to maintain that burn through the session. So if you're, in this case, it took me about 30 minutes to go through the exercises. And I try to maintain that feel of pump and cramp a little bit as I go through the entire exercise. Now, there's this theory, I don't know, you can't spot reduce fat, okay? But how is it that you can spot increase muscle? Look at the, like the arm wrestlers who have this huge arm over here, and this one isn't quite as big. So you can, if it's true, it's a truism, it's a half truth or a half lie, whatever it is that if you want to view it as, that you can't spot reduce fat. It is systemic, but you can spot increase muscle. So if you increase muscle activity in a place or in an area that accrues a lot of body fat, such as the abdomen in men, by increasing the thermic and caloric activity there, the increased blood flow, the muscle contractions and all that, well, first of all, you're going to be building the muscle there. So proportionally, you're going to have a lower body fat in that area because the muscles will increase. Also, due to vascularity and increased blood supply and just the demands of that area, it's going to increase your I'm trying to not confuse people here or not get confused myself. It's going to increase the thermic activity there and the muscle activity. And so, you're going to get better abdominals, even if there is a little bit more higher body fat. There's a saying, abdominals on skinny kids. It's like, if you're thick and big and muscular and still have abs and a relatively high body fat, you got a lot of muscle there. So anyways, I just got off on a little tangent there about the abs and spot reduction. No, you can't spot reduce, but you can spot increase. So focus really hard on those areas that you want more visibility with those muscles at, okay? So next was the back routine. I was going to do the low row cables, but the gym was packed today. So, I had to work around it. So I decided to do 1-arm dumbbell rows. I don't usually do these because the dumbbells just aren't heavy enough. I go up to 140s, 150s. I have videos doing them with 200-pound dumbbells. And so if I have to do them with like 70, 80, 90 pounds, it kind of seems like a waste of time to me. Although that shouldn't be, because you can get development with just about any weight and rep scheme. So I grabbed a 70-pound, a 75-pound, and an 85-pound. And just really try to get the mind muscle, like just mount the muscle here, the lower lat, the one that inserts into the spinal erectors, the lowest part of the back, and just really just make sure that is the muscle that's pulling in this exercise. So it was a exercise more in mind muscle than actually, building the muscle, I guess. And from there, we went and left the heavy compound movement for last, as I have been doing with all these sessions. Why? Because with the RDLs, I can do 500 pounds on them. So if I'm going to do 500 pounds or 450 pounds, I would do that at the start when I need all my energy. But since we're doing like half the weight, I'm doing 265 pounds. then I can leave it for last. And what's the benefit for leaving a heavy compound movement for last? Well, you're going to mash all the muscles that you've isolated before. Like, it's just going to be a complete workover. It's going to, it's going to take your body and just work every single muscle that was already worked. So I got some trap work in there, not some trap, some triceps work in there, high volume, high reps, just pumping a lot of blood into it. My elbow was hurting a little bit. That's why I didn't do too many reps with the straight bar extension, the skull crusher. Didn't want to, hurt it or anything like that. It's a little sore. I don't know why. I have to figure out what kind of, what made it sore. So anyways, I was working around that, just pumping a lot of muscle with the push downs. Also, I don't do those push downs too frequently because it seems like it's just too easy. I can put like half the stack on there or the whole stack, and if I put on too much weight, it doesn't really feel, the muscle. And if I use a regular weight, I've been doing them for a long time, I don't seem to get much benefit from it. But since I hadn't done them in a while, I just attacked it aggressively and just did reps, and just trying to pump the muscle. And today I'm feeling a bit of DOMS on my triceps, so it worked. And then that last session with the 5 sets of 9 reps, I think today, because I went up in weight. So when I go up in weight with these heavy compounds with the 5-set scheme, I bring the reps down a little bit, like either it's 8 or 9, so I can do a progression from there. So like 265 next week is going to be either 10 or 11 until I hit 12 reps, and we'll pack on 3 plates and we'll start over at 8 reps again. And that's how that progression goes. But leaving that for last, pulling this RDL, I felt every single muscle that I worked. My abdominals, because on the Smith you can hinge a lot forward. You can go forward much better, and it's more ergonomically friendly for the body. It works the muscle more directly than the free bar. You have to concentrate more on the free bar. You have to make it work. And whereas with the Smith, it works kind of for you. All you have to do is produce the force. You don't have to really balance too much, either on the squat. Now, that's a good and it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing for beginners. I wouldn't recommend the Smith for anybody who's not been training for like 5 years. Once you are older, once you've been training for a long time, you can do heavy weights with the free bars and all that. And at this stage, you just want to build a muscle, maintain as much strength as you can, but it's not about all-out raw power, and you're not really so hung up about elitist criteria of what works and what doesn't. So the Smith is just fine for building muscle. It's probably better for building muscle than the free weights because you can focus better, concentrate more, and get more of a mind muscle. So on the RDL, the triceps. How is it that you feel the triceps on a deadlift? Well, you squeeze them. How is it that you feel any muscle? You squeeze it. And if you squeeze it under tension with all that weight, even your biceps, your forearms get pumped, everything. It just depends on what you focus on when you're doing the lift. Obviously, you're lifting your torso, your erectors are going to work, your glutes, your posterior chain is all engaged. But whatever other muscle that you squeeze while doing that movement will also engage. Who would have thought? Well, anyways, so that's what we did today. It was just a, pump routine, heavy with the abdominals, staying on this diet, under 2,600 calories probably most days, 2,500. It'll be a month into the diet on the 20th. What's today, like the 15th? So I still have 5 more days to reach that month and drop like 17, 18 pounds. And it feels like it's just pure body fat because I was getting a belly. I could squeeze off here a roll on my love handles. And I said, shit, what happened? It's like all of a sudden I woke up and it was like, oh man, it's just, no, I got to do something about this. How embarrassing, putting out videos on YouTube, you're a fitness guy and you're getting fat. So like in 18, 20 days, I dropped like really quick. I'll do another video on just strictly on diet, on how that works. Without losing strength, without losing muscle, just pure water, some glycogen and a lot of fat, And so we're just keeping at it. Every single day is seeing more and more definition on the midsection. I took a photo yesterday. I might put it up. Starting to see the lines everywhere. So that's really encouraging because I said, shit, maybe, this is like a permanent condition. I'm going to stay fat now forever. You get on a diet and you cut, you can become a Skeletor if you want, if you stop eating for a month, it's like, just depends on the control you have over your intake. If you are disciplined with your food, you can just about do anything in fitness. So anyways, that's that little rant here. Again, thank you for joining me. I love you all. God bless everyone. And until next time.